the whole truth. In a discussion, Hermes tells Aesculapius this: but the intelligence of the divine being, the consciousness of the supreme God, is the only truth, and this truth cannot be discovered, nor so much as its shadow, in this world full of illusion, of changeful appearances, and of error, where things are known only in the dimension of time. Truth must be measured according to intelligence, it must be veiled from the feeble, whom it would madden, and concealed from the wicked, who are capable of seizing only its fragments, which they would turn into weapons of destruction. Keep it in your heart and let it speak through your work. Knowledge will be your might, faith your sword, and silence your armor that cannot be broken. Good exists nowhere but in the only God, and indeed God Himself is always good itself. God must therefore be the essence of all motion and cognition. Nothing is devoid of this essence. It has around itself a stable energy, wanting nothing, infinite, superabundant, and providing. This is the origin of all, provider, and abundant good. When I call it good, understand that this good is all that is good and that which is forever good. This is present in the only God, and He lacks nothing, so that He will not become evil for desire to obtain something. And no loss can befall Him, so that He would suffer pain after the loss, for sorrow is a part of evil. And there is nothing that is stronger than Him, at the hands of which He can be defeated. No injustice can befall Him, by which, irritated and provoked, He might be enraged. Nothing escapes His yoke, that He might become angry and indignant by its scorn. And there is no one wiser than Him, that might arouse His jealousy. Since these things do not befall Him, nothing remains in His nature but good itself indeed, just as they are not present in this essence, so that good comes to nothing else. For all other qualities exist in all things, small and large alike, by the one, and in the great living thing itself, greater and more powerful than anything. For all engendered things are full of passions, because generation is a kind of passion. Where there is passion, there is by no means good, and where there is good, there is no passion. Where there is day, there is by no means night, and there is no day where there is night. Thus, good cannot be in creation. But the first step towards wisdom is to understand what is false, the second, to ascertain what is true. Knowledge of God descended to us, and when it arrived, it was rejected by ignorance. Knowledge of joy descended to us, and when it arrived, sadness fled completely from those willing to receive it. Keep thou not silent when evil is spoken, for truth like the sunlight shines above all. The foundation of knowledge is supreme goodness. The Spirit governs and gives life to all that is in the world. It is an instrument employed by the will of the sovereign God. Thus we ought to comprehend, by intelligence alone, the supreme intelligible called God. By Him is directed that secondary sensible God, who contains all spaces, all substances, the matter of all that engenders and produces, in a word, all that is. Clear is the pathway to he who has wisdom. Open the door to the kingdom of light. How can you tell truth from a lie? Well, with a lie all you have to do is believe it. But when it comes to truth you don't believe it, you have to know it. These things will appear real to you if you understand, but if you are ignorant, they will appear unbelievable. For understanding is belief itself, and not believing is certainly to be ignorant. Indeed, my discourse runs to the truth. Mine too is replete, and lead by discourse to a certain point, reaches the truth, finally grasping all, and when it discovers the things that correspond to that which the discourse had expounded, immediately believes. Here is what all religions don't know, so they can't teach you. The understanding of divine religion is the basis of all things, and a remedy against them, but when ignorance asserts itself, then vices develop and inflict upon the soul an incurable hurt. Infected by vices, the soul is, as it were, swollen with poison, and can be healed only by knowledge and understanding. Let us then continue this teaching. Even you and a small number should profit by it, and learn you, O Asclepius, why to man only God has given a part of his intelligence and of his knowledge. Therefore we do understand the mind of God as far as he permits us.